Thank you, Joseph. You see, also being a minister of the Word of God has also taught me to stay humble. You know, sometimes it's not about what you can give people; it's about how you are able to relate with people. You know, so I'm looking at people, and I don't want to judge them. They don't know me, but I'm here to work. And one of the things we have been taught in the Bible is to work diligently. They say, whatever you find your hands to do, do it as if you're doing it unto God, not unto man. So for me, I come as a servant. I look forward to serve, and I serve with diligence. It has nothing to do with the status. It has everything to do with the customer satisfaction. So I'm here to serve, and it's a skill that I have, and that skill, I want to stay there until God is able to restore me. Mm-hmm. So Paul Apostle says, I've learned both to have and not to have. I've learned to, to abound and also to abase. So it's God who gives us the grace to be able to understand the seasons. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. Mm-hmm. Just understand the season. And that's why David said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You're not in the valley of the shadow of death to stay there. You're just there to pass. And then at the end, he says that goodness and mercy shall follow you. So I'm here to serve. And I want to put behind my previous successes, and I just want to put a mindset of service. I want to serve the community through taxi driving, and that's what I can give at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope mko sawa. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, I have come to learn that it is very, very impactful out there. A lot of people watch our content. A lot of people have decided to join the taxi industry, or otherwise not to join because of the information we share out there. And today we have one of the most inspiring stories that has ever been aired on our channel. And I'm not going to give you a preview of that story because the owner of the story is here and he's going to take us step by step. Today we are not in a hurry because we want some of these stories to be told out there, and also people to understand the role that taxi driving can play in our economy. I know that when you see taxi drivers on the road, by the way, never be in a hurry to judge, because people driving taxis come from all manners of backgrounds. Some people are very well educated, they are highly qualified, they have worked in corporate environment and came back to drive taxis for various reasons, while others, like taxi driving is their dream job. Probably they even never stepped in class. So when they come to Nairobi and they can drive a vehicle and make maybe 2,000 shillings per day, for them is a dream come true. But others who have probably experienced a better corporate life, even if they make 5,000 Kenya shillings per day, for them, taxi business still remains something that they cannot appreciate. So, Mr. Stephen,
yeah.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
How have you been?
I've been well, Joseph. Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
All right. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you for following Explore TV. My name is Stephen Ambani Care. My friends call me Minister AK Stephen. Feel free to call me whatever you're comfortable with. For me, I'm a realtor by profession, but I'm a minister by calling, and I'm also a driver by passion. And so today I have the privilege of meeting Joseph and Explore TV to see what this is going to be and how it's going to look forward. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. I think that's a very inspiring and very motivational introduction.
Thank you.
Three things that you are doing.
Yes.
Real estate professional.
Yes.
A minister of the Word of God.
Yes.
And also a driver by passion.
Completely.
And you are coming to this channel.
Yes.
Because you want to get a vehicle to drive.
Absolutely.
But before we get there,
yeah,
you have a story.
Sure.
You have said that you are a real estate professional.
Yes, I am.
And I also read your story on Tuko.
Yes.
That you also aspired to be an MCA.
Yes, I did.
Please just give us a background of your professional qualification.
Yeah.
because even your English, to be honest, people are wondering,
Wow.
what are you doing on this taxi industry?
Right. Thank you, Joseph. Actually, it's a privilege to have me on your channel, Explore. And I'm a realtor by professional. I was trained and raised up as a realtor. After high school, I went to college, Oxbridge Institute, and that's where I did my diploma in real estate and property management. And I've been able to grow through that career for a while. It is when I was transferred to Taita Taveta that I wanted to vie for an MCA, but I was not successful because it was not my city of birth, but I gave it a try, I gave it a shot. Then I came back to Nairobi, continued with real estate, and then recently I had gotten a promotion to Kampala, still in real estate, as a general manager in real estate company. And unfortunately, that's when I became sick. I just woke up one day and my left leg was swollen. So when I went for checkup, they did a ultrasound Doppler test, and they told me I have multiple blood clots. For me, it was a shock because I did not understand why I would get multiple blood clots. But the doctor said I must be on medication and take 3 months mandatory bed rest. So that was not good news to my employer because I was very much dependent upon. My work was hands-on work. As a manager, I needed to run so many branches, so it was impossible for me to be at home and run the company. So that's how I had to lose that job. And then I came back to the country. I was on medication, so I came back August 2024. And then I continued to adapt because now I needed to be able to take care of my bills. I'm a married man.
Yes.
I have a family. I'm a father. So I needed to pay the rent. I needed to pay school fees. I needed to provide for the house. And I could not just sit at home. So I got a car. I started to drive. Unfortunately, I was still on medication. Now in October last year, one day I just got to the car in the morning. I just ignite the car. It was a Monday. Unfortunately, the car did not ignite. It refused to ignite. So I called my wife and said, the car is not igniting. I don't know what's the problem. Maybe you can send someone to come and help me jumpstart the car.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no one was answering her calls. The security guys and our neighbors, nobody was picking the calls. So she told me, just come back to the house. Let's figure this out and see what could be the problem as we wait to see what is going to happen. And when I got back to the house, it took me 5 minutes only. And then I convulsed. Ile wanasema kifafa. Suddenly nikaanguka ghafla kwa kitanda na kifafa. And my eyes began to roll. And then we had to call for an emergency. One of our brothers from the church came, rushed me to the hospital. But before that, he tried my car, and the car was igniting well. And so I think maybe God was trying to save me from a nasty accident. Because if I could have gotten into that car and then I could have conversed in the car, who knows where it could have taken me. So God was protecting me. So we went to hospital, went to Mpisha. They were not able to take care of me because they needed an insurance, something different from SHA. I only had SHA. So I could not be treated there. They referred me to another hospital in Isli. I was admitted in Isli for 1 week. Then I entered into what we call a coma. I entered into a coma together with a stroke. So now I was not able to move my left side. The hand, the leg, this left side was paralyzed. Even I'm told my face was already moving to the side. But now they could not be able to take care of me. They wanted to do an emergency brain surgery. Unfortunately, we could not raise the cash, and SHA could not be able to work with that because they were not accepting SHA for that kind of operation. They wanted cash. We were not able to afford that, and that's how we were referred now to Kenyatta Hospital. So from Isili, I went to Kenyatta Hospital. I was there in a coma for 1 month. I was being treated. They said they would be able to take care of me without having to operate on me. So that really saved me a lot. But now when I came back from the coma, I still had my left side paralyzed. I could not sit. I could not stand. Just if you can imagine, at my age, you are not born like that.
Yeah.
But suddenly you wake up and you realize you can't move your left side. It was traumatizing. And now, unfortunately, during that process, because the car I had was a car that I was paying per day. So they had to collect the car because they said we cannot wait for you to come from hospital and you're not making us any money. So they took back their car.
Yeah, so that's the Uber vehicle we are talking
That's
about.
the Uber vehicle we're talking about. That's how I lost the Uber vehicle. That was what I was using now to make ends meet. So unfortunately from Kenyatta, I was now discharged, but I could not function because of the left side. That's when I was transferred now to Karen for the physiotherapy and the occupational therapy, so that they can assist me now to learn again how to stand, how to walk, how to use my hands. And that's when I was able now to get in touch with Explore TV in the hospital.
Wow.
Yes.
Sorry for all the things you have gone through.
Thank you.
But I think God is doing good work with your health.
Thank you.
Because nobody can tell you have gone all through that.
Absolutely.
And I think your story, why I found it inspiring, is because, there are so many people who have grown in their career to the level you had grown. Even you were promoted to one region in the country, and then you are moved to another country to be the manager for that enterprise. And then when you fall sick, you find that your fallback plan is taxi driving. And so I just wanted to know at what point did you decide now that you are sick, you cannot continue with your real estate career? At what point did you see taxi driving as the savior or the stepping stone for you now to provide for your family as you wait to regain health and now go back to your career again? At what point did you discover that actually taxi driving can stand in that gap?
Yeah, Joseph, when I came back from Kampala, it was difficult again to gain meaningful employment because of the status that I had gone up into. So you go to offices, you apply, and they're telling you, we don't have this position, we don't have this vacancy. What we have is way below, and we don't think we can take you into that. You see, at that point, you have bills to pay, you have medication to take, you have rent to pay, you have kids in school, and you're like, okay, for me, I would have taken any job, but now for them, they feel I cannot because of how high I had gone. I cannot be able to take even these other small jobs. So I decided I'm a driver, I have the skills. How about I just get a car and just drive? These other things will come back later on at the appointed time.
All right. And I'm very happy to hear that when you are admitted at Kenyatta Hospital, like there are quite a number of patients there who are very fan of our content, and like they were strategizing how they can, continue implementing the things they were watching once they completely recover. So that really touches my heart to hear that even people in hospital are watching our content and probably, finding it useful in their recovery journey.
Very useful.
Yes.
It was quite engaging. Actually, it was at Karen Hospital, Restore Hospital, where I was doing physiotherapy. And that's where I got them watching. And one of the channels they consistently watched every day. My recovery was quick there. It took me like 16 days to get back on my feet and my hands to function. But by the time I left and by the time I got in, Explore TV was one of the favorites. We had to watch every day, a different episode every day.
Yes. Wow. Thank you very much for that. So right now, because you came to this channel, and the whole idea of me hosting you here actually was to see how our viewers can support you, because I have hosted drivers here who have lost opportunities, who have lost their vehicles, and they wanted me to support them in getting a car to drive.
Correct.
But I know we have so many compassionate investors, so many compassionate partners who have vehicles out there who can directly reach out to you, because I'll share your number there. And then you can agree, and I hope that they, given your condition, I hope they give you better terms. Terms that are not exploitative. I know nowadays, because vehicles have become terribly expensive, so when partners give them out, they also want to ask for the maximum they can ask from drivers. But in a way, I discourage that, because it doesn't cultivate a long-term kind of relationship with your driver. So you'll find that every 3 months, the driver leaves, you park the car for 2 weeks before you get another one, and then the car will change hands so frequently. But if the partners are out there, they give you terms that are manageable, that are probably the best rates in the market, then you'll find that you can stay with that car for even 3 years. So that is for partners, that is not for you. So coming back to you,
thank you.
This transition, I want you to share the story of your expectation, because you have come from, I would say, from grace to grass. And sorry for that statement.
That's okay.
Because
That's
you
okay.
are, at the top of your career,
Right.
earning good amount of money.
Yeah.
So how are you preparing your transition financially, given that now you have come from maybe a very good pay scale, pay grade, managing maybe even a team of people,
Sure.
and right now you are getting here to a job that very much overlooked.
Yeah.
People will get into that car with some level of ego,
Right.
already seeing you as no one.
Yeah.
While there you are the manager of people.
Yeah.
And here you will be seen now as the underdog. How
Right.
are you preparing financially to less earn, and also to not be treated as a manager?
Right. Thank you, Joseph. You see, also being a minister of the Word of God has also taught me to stay humble. Sometimes it's not about what you can give people; it's about how you are able to relate with people. So I'm looking at people, and I don't want to judge them. They don't know me, but I'm here to work. And one of the things we have been taught in the Bible is to work diligently. They say, whatever you find your hands to do it as if you're doing it unto God, not unto man. So for me, I come as a servant. I look forward to serve, and I serve with diligence. It has nothing to do with the status. It has everything to do with the customer satisfaction. So I'm here to serve, and it's a skill that I have, and that skill, I want to stay there until God is able to restore me. So Paul Apostle says, I've learned both to have and not to have. I've learned to abound and also to abase. So it's God who gives us the grace to be able to understand the seasons. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. Just understand the season. That's why David said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You're not in the valley of the shadow of death to stay there. You're just there to pass. And then at the end, he says that goodness and mercy shall follow you. So I'm here to serve, and I want to put behind my previous successes, and I just want to put a mindset of service. I want to serve the community through taxi driving, and that's what I can give at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very, very inspirational.
Thank you.
We pray that, God will give you the grace to, to serve as you have said, because taxi driving is not an easy job, I would say. I know you have been a driver for many years, and you know how much tiresome it can get.
Sure.
But now, let's now talk about the finance side.
Right.
Of course, you have said you are here to serve, status notwithstanding, and that's really a very good way to get into this business.
Right.
But now the real stuff will come in when you start looking at the money.
Right.
Maybe can you give us an idea of probably what was your income back then? Of course, I know you have gone through the deep end of having nothing.
Yeah.
But now when you come back to earning with Uber, I know you have an idea of how much you will make.
Right.
And how do you think that will inspire you, given your previous levels of income as a real estate manager?
Right. You see, like we said, everything is transient. So there's a place I started before I go to that level. And so I can be able to relate and say, there's a place I was earning little, but with that little, I was able to do 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And if I'm going back to that point, it's not because I'm desperate. It's because there is a reason for this season. And I'm going there with an understanding that whatever I will get diligently is just to be able to make ends meet, because I need to pay rent, I need to put food on the table, I need to pay school fees for my children, I need to provide for my family. You see, at the end of the day, you're a man. When you're born a man, the society has expectations of you. So I believe this will be a good place to start, and I believe it will also open a door to meet different people in different industries, and who knows what could come out of that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because on the side I can still do online marketing of real estate. For those who will be willing to give me business, I can still market online. But mostly I'm going to be doing the driving, and I know it will be able to take care of me in the meantime, because I spent so much money, almost 1 million, during the sickness, and most of it was because friends came in. Shah gave us like maybe 200K out of the 1M.
Yes.
The 800 1,000 was from friends and family. The community, the church, former classmates, former schoolmates, society. They're those who came through for me. And so I cannot say that I'm financially well off. It's been difficult. And even when I was looking for vehicles, people wanted me to put some deposit to get the car. But this year, I don't have that kind of money at this point.
All right.
Yeah. So it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And I know this channel has transformed many people's lives.
Yeah.
And of course, there were those alternatives of fleet management companies that
Sure.
I could have recommended to you, but I chose not because I didn't want, under your circumstance, to deal with, these companies that would ask you 1,700 shillings per day or 2,000 shillings per day.
Sure.
So I was looking for, not just any partner, but a partner who is really compassionate to stand with you through this moment of transition. Absolutely. And also I'll get back to you with a question there because, partners want certain level of certainty because, you are a high professional individual.
Yes.
And clearly, taxi driving is a stepping stone.
Sure.
I believe this is not something you want to do for life. And also as you have expressed it. But for how long would you want to commit yourself into driving this taxi until you transition so that if someone gives you a car, you don't get a job the next day and then, return the car while they had probably put in their mind that you would work with them for at least 6 months.
All right. So thank you, Joseph. I'm looking at a minimum of 1 year just for stability and recovery. And who knows what will happen, but a minimum of 1 year just to get me back on my feet as we trust God for other opportunities. Yeah.
And I think that is reasonable, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, even if you get an opportunity the next day, the best thing with working with a person of integrity, of your status, is that you will return that vehicle with all the respect.
Absolutely.
Because the issue with some drivers is that when you are you get another opportunity and you need to return the vehicle, they do all manner of things. They vandalize, they cut the relationship. But what I say is that you don't have to be stuck in taxi driving forever.
Sure.
The only thing is that you transition in peace, with respect, because you never know, you might transition and come back.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true. Integrity is everything. Dignity. You don't burn bridges. When you get a bridge, when someone gives you a hand, lends you a ladder to climb up, when you get up, you don't abuse them. Yeah, you stay respectful and you stay connected. There's a reason for the connections. Yeah.
All right. So, Stephen, on the side of qualification, I was actually very, very humbled to see you walk with your driver's badge here, already hanging on your neck.
Yeah.
And I think you are proudly associating yourself with taxi driving.
Absolutely.
Right from day one.
Absolutely.
Because there are so many taxi drivers that don't want to be associated with the industry. You find some people, you tell them, tunaitanga kadere, ama iya farasi wanaitangwa captain. If you call some guys, hi kadere, or hi pilot, they'll tell you, don't call me like that. While they are the actual Uber drivers.
Very true.
So I think I'm very inspired to see that you are proudly associating yourself with the industry right from day one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, whatever you find your hands to do it heartily, as you're doing it unto God, not unto man. So for me, it does not affect my status. It is a place where I contribute to the economy of this nation. And I'm proud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us which documents are these that you are holding?
This is a digital driving license. And then on the other side is a PSV, NTSA PSV badge. Yeah, to prove that I'm certified to drive as a PSV driver. Yeah.
All right. So I know you have watched a lot of my videos, but in terms of the car, do you have any preference? Because I know probably our viewers will recommend you or propose you so many type of vehicles.
Right.
Like which one would you say is your most preferred?
Okay, I see mostly you push a lot of March on your channel, lots of Nissan March. But what I was doing before it was taken away, I was doing an Alta. Yeah, Suzuki Alto is what I had. But for now, you see, mchagua jembe, si mkulima. right now I'm in need, so I cannot really say which one I want. But whoever is having a car that can be of use and is acceptable in our transport industry, whether it's Uber or for us or Bolt, as long as it's within that recommendation, it's fine. For now, it's fine.
Yeah, I think that is the trap I was trying to push you into, but you have very wisely escaped it.
Right.
Because I always tell people, you know, when you find yourself in a deep hole, you don't pray to God to give you work or to give you life. You tell him, get me out of the hole
fast.
And then once that happens, you can find what next.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Stephen, the other thing I would like to ask you is about maybe probably where you live and the security when it comes to parking at night, because, you know, these small vehicles are highly vandalized. You leave it parked just anywhere, you will not find a side mirror. And mostly from the contract you will have with the partner is that if that side mirror is stolen, it is the partner who pays. So a lot of them will insist that where you live, there be sufficient parking space that is secure.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Joseph. I live in a gated community, and there is a security, there is a perimeter wall, there is a gate that is manned. And it's just next to Kitusuru Estate. So it's a neighborhood that is safe and secure. And I promise I'll take good care of the car.
Yeah, that is great. So maybe from all the other experiences you have had in life, probably I have asked you quite a number of questions, but maybe you have something burning that maybe I have not asked, and you think it's relevant for our viewers. Do you think you have something additional to share that could inspire someone?
No, I don't have something much to share, but I'm grateful. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Explore TV, for giving us an opportunity to be able to reach the audience, to reach the viewers. And that's what matters a lot. When you have someone to give you a platform, always be grateful. So for me, I thank you for giving me a platform. And on this platform, whatever comes out of it, it's because of your brand. It's because of your name. So for me, I'm grateful. Gratitude always changes the altitude. So thank you for that. And I believe that's what I can say. Gratitude brings a new altitude. When you're grateful, it opens a door for even higher things.
Wow, that's very nice. And then always what we say is that if you get that opportunity, if you get that vehicle, and then you drive for a few months, you know, we hope that you will accept again to come back and give us your experience, how it is going, so that any other person who is a professional like yourself and then who happens to lose an opportunity like you lost, they can also see, you know, your progress or the challenges or the opportunities that you'll face in the taxi industry, and then it can guide them into their next step.
Absolutely.
So probably, do you want to give our viewers your contacts so that they can reach out to you directly? But I will also put it in our description box to increase the chances of them viewing your number.
Thank you so much. You see, a lot of people don't speak out, and that's why we're having a lot of mental stress and troubles. You wake up and find someone has committed suicide because they could not be able to speak up because of the drastic changes that happens in life. Change is inevitable, and for me, I could not just stay back at home. I needed to speak out, and I thank Joseph for giving me the platform to speak out. And whoever is there and is watching, my number is 0724 13 28 56.
0724
13 28 56. You can find me on that number. It's on WhatsApp, and it's also on call. It's also on SMS all the time.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you, Joseph.
Wishing you all the best. And I know we'll get an opportunity to speak again and to share more of your experience and success.
Thank you.
Yes.
I look forward.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Explore TV.
All right. God bless you.
Shalom.
Umekata? Sasa